It's time to talk with Jay Foss.
Thanks so much for calling in. I really appreciate you.
You're welcome. I appreciate you too, Jay Foss.
The magic happens when you have the right person in the right place at the right time.
If we're having fun, everyone else is going to have fun naturally.
Keep it local radio.
I'm obsessed with transformations on this show. And so I guess that in this case, you are that paradigm shift. You are the thing that transforms people. That's what people call me.
Want to connect with Jay? Dial in.
But then the question is everyone tuned into the right frequency?
Are you tuned in?
Making our corner of the world a little brighter.
Did you make the right decision here? Like, are you, did you bite off more than you can chew?
In figuring out what makes people tick whenever we start something new.
Yeah.
There's always that question of
raising your inner voice.
Wait, was this too much? Did I start hiking a mountain that's a little too high for my level of experience?
With Jay Foss.
It's a quote by Thoreau. The price of anything is the amount of life you exchange for it.
Not just another talk show.
We cover all things that make us human.
It's time to be heard.
How can my values and how can these inner thoughts that I have help me be a more whole human being?
Online and on air.
We can't legislate being a good, decent human being. So what can we do? We can become more active in this community.
Raising your inner voice with Jay Foss.
Hey, party people. Thanks so much for tuning back in once again. This is Raising Your Inner Voice, and I'm Jay Foss. Grateful for you to be here with us to join in on this conversation. The conversation today is talking all about Reiki, and I'm very honored and delighted to have guest Tara Dodge, who's a Reiki master here on the North Shore. Tara, why Reiki? How did you get involved into this?
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure.
It started when I was living in New York City. I went to a school for nutrition and also studied Reiki there. So
are nutrition and Reiki related to each other?
I mean, I think it's all kind of related. It's kind of like wellness and whole body.
Yeah.
Mind, body kind of thing. But yeah, I just always felt like Reiki was interesting to me.
Okay.
So I studied that, and then I had some clients in New York that many moons ago. Then when I moved here, I had some human clients
Yeah.
out of my house. And then that was great, but then I, had my kids, and then
Life happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So then I stopped that for a little while. And then I was always doing Reiki on my friends' dogs all the time.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, why don't I just do that? And then I somehow got linked up to do Reiki on the Harvard polo horses.
Really?
As like a practice.
Wow.
For free. So I did that like a whole season, which was really nice because, that's a lot of different personalities over there with the horses.
I would imagine.
Yeah. And they're just huge and funny. They're really funny.
Horses are funny?
Yes.
So explain for listeners that aren't familiar with Reiki, what is Reiki itself? And how does doing Reiki with animals differ from doing it with other animals that we call people?
Yes. Well, the practice is the same, whether you do it on whomever.
Yeah.
So it's essentially energy alignment.
Yeah.
And you can either put your hands on someone or just hover above. And you can feel where there's stagnation, or a lot of times for example, if there's a dog and I will feel like heat coming.
Really?
Yeah, like a lot of times in the hips, because depending on how old the dog is, the hips are the first ones to get a little crunchy in there.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, and then I can also sense if there's digestive issues.
Really?
Yes, things like that.
Wow.
So
and that's all related to the spine.
The spine, but also just like the whole body.
Yeah. Okay.
The hardest part to explain about Reiki is actually like how I know what I'm feeling and
Really?
things like that, because it sounds crazy, you know? It sounds crazy. It also, I can hear the animals, which also sounds like a little Dr. Dolittle.
Well, no, explain more to me. I mean, that sounds even more intriguing.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I can hear dogs all the time. Once they know I can hear them, then they're like, you know, talking to me all the time, which is funny. Like I will be sitting at my best friend's house, and this dog I do Reiki on all of the time. And I will just look over and I was like, oh, she needs to go out. And my best friend's like, how do you know that? I'm like, well, she told me.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So is it an eye thing?
No,
Like-
I could just sense it. It's when I say hear them, it's like kind of like a different frequency, if that makes sense. And
I mean, we're dealing with frequencies on this program, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But at the same time, audible frequencies, I think, are different than inaudible frequencies. But it's all on a spectrum.
Yes.
I mean, we're aware of that.
Yes.
I'm aware of that. I won't speak for anyone else. I'm aware of that.
And there's all different forms of communication as well.
Yep.
You know, body language, and you can communicate in all different ways without just talking.
Right.
So yeah, I can hear them, which is interesting.
Yeah.
You know, they're not like chatting, but
Right.
they'll definitely say like, give me dinner, and you know, or like this hurts, or
In less obvious ways than like barking or
Oh, yeah.
panting next to a bowl.
oh, it's nothing like that.
It's nothing obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more of just, I can hear them,
Yeah. Huh.
which is like a really good way to introduce myself. So people,
Yeah.
people are like, okay.
No, that's fascinating. And this is regardless of the animal. Like you feel like you have an energy vibe with.
Yes. Animals overall. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, some are more talkative than others. You know, specifically, I kind of work only with horses and dogs.
Okay.
I'm allergic to cats,
Oh,
but-
okay.
and they also don't care.
Yeah. Cats
they're-
are known to be persnickety.
They're just like, I'm not interested. Like, leave me alone. You know, they're thinking about things that are much more important.
Cats are thinkers. Oh, that's so funny and interesting. So how does, so it's energy work. You use your hands either on the patient or above the patient.
Right.
Does this have to do with, I feel like I've heard of like chakra alignments, and I don't know what I'm talking about when I
Yes.
say that.
Yes.
So what is that involved with?
So there's a bunch of chakras that are aligned, you know, from the top of your head all the way to the root, and they could be stagnant. For example, your throat chakra is, you know, right in your throat, and it's
Yep.
denoted with the color blue. And a lot of times, if someone has maybe some type of experience that they felt like they were quieted or not able to speak well, that could become stagnant.
Okay.
And a lot of times for humans, I'll say if there's any injuries or any kind of big trauma,
Yep.
and a lot of people tell me, and they're like, no. I'm like, okay. So then I'll work on them, and I was like, what's going on here? And then they're like, oh, I don't know. And then I was like, okay, it's coming. It's coming. And then they'll be like, oh, I know what it is. And then right away, it's like, this happened at this age, and I felt like I wasn't able to use my voice. And so that's stagnant. And so like trying to move the energy through your whole body so it's flowing completely.
Yeah. So that's the ultimate goal is flow between chakras.
Yeah. And just being grounded and, you know, being calm and mindful.
So on this program, we talk a lot about how we're all full people, right? And so this sounds like an element of that. And people can get, what you're saying, correct me if I'm wrong, what you're saying is that people can get stuck based on traumas or life issues that happen to them that then have physical consequences,
Oh, yeah.
right?
I mean, that's a part of just disease in general. It's a lot, you know, there could be emotional trauma that manifests in the body negatively, and it can become anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Reiki's not going to solve all your problems at all.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
But it will. What happens for me when I work on people, I had one client that I was like, oh, this doesn't feel good. I need you to go to your doctor and check it out. And it turned out she had to get surgery. And if she hadn't gotten surgery at that time, her doctor said that she wouldn't have been able to have kids.
Wow.
And so she's, my biggest fan.
Yeah,
which
I was
is
going to
really
say
nice.
she's probably very grateful to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because it's hard to explain what I'm actually what I come back with and what I feel, but
Yep.
it's a lot of heat. Like when I talk about Reiki, my hands are hot and you can feel it. Like my palms are hot.
Okay.
I actually I always wear a tank top because I get warm.
Yeah.
So the energy kind of comes through my crown and then goes out of my hands.
Huh.
So I'm not putting any of my energy into it. It's
Okay.
not my energy. It's just like I'm the conduit.
So is that something that you learned in school?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of how to kind of harness that, how to protect yourself.
Yeah, because I would think it would be exhausting if you're dealing with energy.
It's not. It's actually, it's like a cup of coffee.
Really?
Yeah. I
Okay.
always feel great after it.
Yeah.
This is part of why I love doing it because I feel fantastic and it like wakes me up, but it's not like I'm not realigning mine at all.
Yep.
I'm just kind of the vessel where I can help the energy flow.
Yeah. For anyone just tuning in to Raising Your Inner Voice this evening, we're speaking with Tara Dodge, who's a Reiki master here on the North Shore. And we're talking all about Reiki. I especially wanted to have her on the show because she not only deals with Reiki for people, but also Reiki for animals, which I feel like is a niche, just a custom expertise to have. Because I've heard about Reiki for people, but I have not heard about Reiki for animals.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of competition.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I had a dog client not that long ago that I was working with, and the owners were like, oh, the dog's kind of just scared sometimes, and then I was working with him and I was like, I don't think he has vision straight ahead. He has periphery vision, and I go, before I even said that, I go, does he track if you throw a ball or a Frisbee? They're like, no, only if he sees it when you...
Like coming across.
Right, when you actually throw it. But if you throw it and he doesn't see it, he doesn't know where it is. And I was like, he can't see in front of him. And then...
So how did you get that understanding? And I know before you said that it's hard to explain.
Yeah. How his behavior. I was watching him. A lot of it is observation too.
Okay.
I don't just, I can start in with Reiki, but a lot of times I like to observe the animal. I kind of just sit down and watch their behavior, see how they're interacting, especially if there's other dogs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, how they're interacting with other dogs. Just, I know the common behaviors, and a lot of times I work with animals that have kind of aggression issues, things like that. Or like one specific thing that triggers them to freak out.
Okay.
So I just kind of observe them, and then I just notice how they're behaving. I don't know. It's really hard to explain. People always ask me, and I was like, I don't know. I just have it. I don't.
Yeah. Well, is that something that you learned in school as well, or is this something that you've kind of picked up on your own?
I've kind of always had it. I've always have a little bit of, I can hear a lot, which I have incredibly great hearing. We have like an agreed upon level of 10 at my house, which is my max.
Yeah. Because you're more sensitive to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another weird thing is that when the air condition is going, like a window unit, I can hear radio frequencies.
No way.
Uh-huh. And I looked it up. I'm not alone. Thank God. But I can't, it's not clear, but I can definitely hear it. Sometimes it's talking, sometimes it's, music.
From the air conditioning.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's just, there's a lot to hear out there.
Yeah. Well, and so I'm with you there. And I know working in the audio industry, I mean, I know there are frequencies that we can't hear that perhaps other people are more perceptive to.
Animals
Yeah.
can hear.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah. I'm probably like highest level human hearing.
But that makes you, more special and specialized in that regard.
Yes. So that's why I can hear the animals.
Oh.
Yeah. And how that or why that is, I'm unsure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I just was born with it. I don't know.
Because you said that you've noticed this at an early age.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can always, sense when animals need something or they're
Okay.
unwell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Huh. And what about working? I mean, obviously it works differently with human patients.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously that's more, do you have the same sense of interaction with people that you do with animals?
Well, it's nice with humans that I can actually speak with them, more specifically.
Yeah.
And I can, ask questions about historical things or experiences or surgeries, things like that.
Okay.
So that part, but a lot of times humans are more closed off or,
Right.
Yeah. So,
Right. People don't want to share stuff about their lives.
well, it's not that. It's more of like they don't think of it.
Oh.
They don't think of how an experience could manifest into like a blockage in some way.
Okay.
So, yeah. So humans are a little trickier because they can communicate verbally, but then a lot of times they're closed off.
Yep.
I've had clients that I'm like, okay, you're not letting me in at all.
Huh.
Like you're really closed off and like maybe next time,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it really depends on the person,
Right.
but yeah, it's interesting and it's, oddly quiet, which is funny because I'm hearing the dogs and everything, but when you're doing Reiki, it's nice and peaceful.
Yeah. Huh. I feel like I have numerous follow-up questions. My first of which, what are your thoughts on why you have this ability? Like, I'm not asking what's the point of life. I won't go that grand with you.
I don't know if I know that.
Yeah, I know. Well, everyone has an opinion about it, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Not necessarily fully formed, but so on this show, I'm keen on talking with different types of people because I think that we can all learn from each other, even though we may not be experiencing the same things. And it's my way of combating, I guess, a form of ignorance where I'm ignorant on a lot of topics, and it's a way of learning in life as opposed to it being a talk show where people are arguing and like having their own opinions that greatly, just arguments.
Yeah.
Arguments don't appeal to me.
This is more informative.
Yeah, exactly. Much more informative. Do you have any inclinations or any insights on like why you have this ability?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've always had it. I can also, now this is where I lose a lot of people.
Yeah, no, I'm with you so far.
I'm also like slightly clairvoyant.
Okay.
So I can,
Clairvoyant meaning?
like I can see ghosts,
Okay.
which is, it's not scary to me, but I can always sense, presence if there's something there.
Which makes sense because it's energy, right? I
Right.
mean, so it's ultimately energy.
Yes.
That makes
So
sense. That's
for-
logical. That
For
tracks.
example, the people, I know the owners of the house previous to
The house
before
that
us.
you live in.
Yeah,
Yep.
the current house that we live in, we know the owners that used to live there. And when Carmen was a baby, my daughter, in the nursery, she was always like, I don't like that cat. And I was like, and I felt like there was a cat there too.
Huh.
Totally calm, not,
Yeah.
just a cat that was there. And she never liked that room. And so when my son came along, I was like, great, you have your big girl bed. And it doesn't bother him.
Yep.
But I asked the owner, I was like, did you have a cat that was black with a little bit of white and in that room specifically? And she gasped and she was like, yes. And I was like, the cat's still there, just hanging out, just like, and Carmen has seen it. I don't think she'd remember now because that was when she was a baby. But yeah, I'm like, the cat's still there, hanging out.
So how did you know the coloration of the cat?
I could see it.
Visually?
Yeah. Not like in actuality. It's just that is another part that I don't know how to explain. I have like heightened senses that I don't know how you can't see them.
Yeah.
You know, so I only know what I know and my, limits.
Yeah.
But one time I was in New York City at a bar with a friend and it was super quiet in Tribeca. And I was like, oh, why don't we just ask that guy? You know, the bartender wasn't even there. He was like in the back. It was like an off hour. And I was like, what about that guy right there? And she's like, there's no one's been there the whole time. And I was like, no, it was like a guy that was like, kind of looked hipstery, but like, and I was like, that was probably like a deckhand because all of this was like docks. All of that was docks back in the day.
Yep.
Like a deckhand just waiting.
So can you tell the difference between something that's just energy visible and something that's actually visible?
I mean, ghosts aren't invisible to everybody.
Right.
And it's not like
Well, like in this case, like you thought he was real and that your friend could see him. And she's like, what are you talking about? There's no one there.
And then I looked and I was like, oh, that was just, I got a glimpse. It's more like little glimpses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot, that I see and hear that I pick up on that not everyone is privy to, let's say.
Yeah. Well, and I think you're not the first person to see ghosts, right?
Oh, obviously not.
And you're probably not the first person to be able to communicate with animals in the sense that you do.
I mean,
but
there's
to be able
movies
to
about
have, yeah, right. But to have both seems even rarer.
I feel like they go hand in hand.
Do they?
Yeah, just because, I don't know, you're tapped into that, kind of like, I feel like everyone can hear and see on different levels. And it's just like one bit higher, a different level of hearing and seeing that you can't, it's not as tactical or physical.
Yeah.
You kind of have to be calm and aware or just like listen for it.
Yeah. Well, and most people are too busy paying attention to their own lives, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, because life is busy. That's
yeah.
understandable.
Especially now, like phones and everything.
Yeah.
And we fill our time with lots of sound.
Yep.
It's very rare that people like to be left with their own thoughts.
Yeah.
Because, who knows what will happen.
Right. Right. Well, and it's funny too. I didn't foresee getting into fear as a result of this conversation. But yeah, I mean, it's more the fear of being alone, right? I mean, that's why I've heard that loneliness is going to be a big epidemic for the next, 10 to 20 years, most likely, because people are so connected with each other via technology,
right?
Mainly. But a lot of that connection is a result from fear of actually just being able to like sit by yourself in a room and
or with
deal
others.
with yourself or with others for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if that comes to fruition or what. I feel like with the pendulum swing of life, we get carried away with one thing and then the pendulum swings back the other way. So I'm curious if it will swing the other way when people are like, nope, that's it. Like our great grandkids or something are like, no, I don't want to be connected via technology anymore. I just want real life experiences.
Because, we just got a landline for our house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I don't want my daughter or both my kids having a phone.
Yeah.
Call your friends. I bought her a little address book. I'm like, call your friends. A lot of people got landlines and now they can chat.
Yeah.
She calls me a lot, which I'm like, I'm just upstairs.
Of course.
Yeah. But I think the pendulum is swinging back to more analog kind of,
Yeah.
in-person connection, phones off, phones away,
Right.
things like that. Because, I kind of think we went too far. It's great that we have, essentially computers at our fingertips, but it also, we are humans and we need to remember that part. We haven't
Remember that we're humans?
Yeah, we haven't gotten we're not full robots yet.
Yet being the key word there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so interesting. Dear listener, I hope you're getting a lot out of this conversation with Tara Dodge, who's a Reiki master, and we're speaking about many different things. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and after this break, you'll hear more, not just regarding Reiki, but I think we're going to delve into the clairvoyant side of things.
Stay with us as we continue raising your inner voice with Jay Foss.
If you have any issues, topics, or voices that you think would be great to be heard on this show, please reach out, jay.foss@me.com. If you want to add your voice to the conversation, record a voice memo and email it to me, or tune in live, Sunday evenings at 7 p.m.
How's your 401k? I'm Luke Noble of Noble Financial Group. As a certified financial planner, I know you can't plan for everything, but we can prepare you for life's twists and turns. We'll make a plan to help your money last through your retirement years. Our team is dedicated to helping you achieve your financial goals. Let us help. Visit noblefinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through MML Investor Services. Member SIPC. Noble Financial Group is not an affiliate or subsidiary of MML Investor Services.
Making our corner of the world a little brighter, online and on air. Raising your inner voice with Jay Foss.
And welcome back to Raising Your Inner Voice. My guest this evening is Tara Dodge, who's a Reiki master here on the North Shore. And why Reiki master? Before we delve back into the clairvoyant thing, why did you become a master?
Well, there's different levels.
Okay.
And that's the highest level, so therefore you can teach Reiki at that level. I don't really care to start teaching it, but
so then why become a master?
Well, it's just like because you want to get to the highest level possible.
Yep.
And then
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I didn't make those are just the levels. I think there's 3 levels and the master is the highest level. So I just kind of PhD'd it.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good way of putting it. I like that. So with clairvoyance, so you can see, are you helping with ghosts, being able to see other energy?
Mm-hmm.
Are you helping them move on? What's your interaction there like? Because I would imagine that it would be something similar to Reiki where you're helping a patient.
No, that I kind of tend to leave them alone.
Okay.
And it's more of like I can see them and then I'm like, oh, okay. I just acknowledge it and then move on. Like the cat that's in my now son's room.
Yeah. Do you still sense it?
Yeah, the cat's just hanging out. Like just wants to hang out in there. Likes that room.
Yeah.
It's a nice room.
Yep. Was there any backstory when you talked with your
the former owner?
The former owner.
No, she just was like, I can't believe, like, spot on. She's like, that's 100% that cat and that room specifically.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
just loved it.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, the cat's not doing anything wrong.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's not like it's more of something that I just have. I'm not really seeking. And I don't really, care to, if someone is looking for help, fine. But like, I'm not interested in that aspect of it.
Yeah.
It's just something that, like, an ability that I have.
Okay.
Also, here's another weird example of it is this was long ago when I was in New York City. So I was at my mom's house in New Jersey and my friend's like, just take the Holland Tunnel or no, take the Lincoln Tunnel because it's quicker of where we were going to meet up.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them, Holland or Lincoln. And I was like, I forget which one. And I was like, I can't, there's going to be a fire. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I was just like, I'm not taking that one.
Yeah.
I'm taking the other one. I know it's more inconvenient, but whatever. And then there was a fire in it.
That it hadn't happened yet when you said it.
Right.
But happened by the time that you would have been there.
Exactly.
Wow.
And I don't know. I mean, it was somebody looking out for me.
Yeah.
So things like that happen a lot that are kind of unexplained, but I was like, no, like it stops me from doing something, like I'm sensing danger or something.
Yeah. Is that the first time that something like that had happened? And does that happen?
No. That happens all the time. Oh, God, that happens all the time.
I love that you react. Oh, no.
Oh, no. That's just one example. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, all the time.
What are your thoughts on, I feel like naturally life after death would be a topic that you have an opinion about.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I believe in reincarnation. I believe that we have, angels around us all the time. My grandmother's always with me.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe that, we're here to kind of love and help each other.
Yeah.
And
where does that belief come from?
Well, I was raised Christian, Lutheran.
Mm-hmm.
But I've studied a lot of different religions, Buddhism and Hinduism.
Okay.
And I just know that I feel like I've had some past lives. And I feel like certain people, when you don't learn something in one life, you learn it in the next one.
Eventually.
Right. Or someone you're like, oh, I've known this person in the past life. You just kind of know if you met someone, you're like, we've met before. Like, this isn't our first rodeo.
Interaction.
Together. Yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of my belief system.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is like, who knows what, avenue that falls in. Maybe it's like a combination of all.
Yep. Yeah. Well, and we're all figuring out life, right? So in figuring out life, I think that many times we all do gain, right? I mean, grab a little bit of this, grab a little bit of that, and that's where our belief systems come from.
Yeah.
And learning what belief systems don't work for us, I think that societally we are always doing that. So there's the individual aspect, but then there's the community aspect. And we're living back and forth between those. I mean, that's, I think, why though I don't delve into politics on this show, that's why I think we have the politics that we do, is because
and wars.
Wars is this whole topic that's like mind-boggling to
Yes.
me, that I don't truly understand why we have war, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, it really could be solved less violent.
You would think so.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if it's like, well, everyone just wants to be left alone and to live their life the way that they want to live their lives. That's not our reality, though.
No, sadly.
With being able to, all right, so with ghosts, you can see them, but you're not really interacting with them for the most part.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other examples that stick out to me. It's not something I want to kind of dive into. I think more so for my life, for my, I know people that are mediums, things like that.
Yep.
I don't know. It's like, I have that ability. I just don't know if I want to continue down that path just because then I do feel like people will just start knocking on my head like, hey, all the time. Yeah, all the time. Oh, here's another example. A boyfriend of mine, many moons ago, his mom had passed. And she was really, really like, oh, you can hear me? And was like tapping my head specifically and shoulder all of the time. And I was like, oh, this is not going to go over well. And I was like, all right, what is it? And she was like, tell him that I don't want him using that skateboard. And I was like, so random. And I was like, okay. So, this was a long time ago. I was like maybe 21.
Yeah.
And I said, okay.
Not that long ago.
Yeah, you're kind. And I said to him, I was like, hey, we just kind of started dating. I was like, this is going to sound really weird, but I know your mom passed. I don't mean any disrespect. However, she is really trying to get my attention. And I asked her, okay, finally, like, what is it? And she doesn't want you using this skateboard, whatever. He had a bunch of different skateboards. And there's one specifically that she mentioned. I don't remember what the name of it was.
Okay.
And he was, his face looked shocked. And he's like, oh, my God. And he goes, yeah, she did not want me using that skateboard. And I was like, yeah, so don't do it. Like, get rid of it. Because she's going to keep telling me.
Right.
And like bugging me about it. And I'm going to say, just get rid of it. She doesn't, it's, something about it that she doesn't like, that she doesn't want you, it's maybe prevention of an injury or something.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, use your other skateboards.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. And it just made a lot of sense to him. To me, I was like, I don't know why this is.
Did he know you had this ability?
No.
When you mentioned it to him?
No. I was like, this is going to sound weird. But your mom's been trying to get my attention.
Yeah.
But I know, like, if I don't want to open it up for everyone to just knock on my door.
Right. Yeah.
And be like, tell this person that. It's like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Then I'd have to, like, form a line.
Yep. Yeah, right. Yeah.
And I have 2 young
Organize
kids.
this, people.
Yeah.
Or non-people.
Right. I'm like, I have to make dinner right now.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah. So that's why, I'd rather do Reiki on animals and people.
Yeah.
And that kind of realm of direction of all of this kind of hearing, seeing, feeling.
Yeah.
It's hard to even explain what category it's in.
Right. Yeah, that's understandable. But I think I can see the relation with it. Like
it's like the, just a different frequency or plane almost.
Yeah.
And I think most people can probably tap into it.
That's what I was thinking earlier. Is I was wondering if you think that something that people across the board have access to this, but they're just not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course you think that because you have access.
Yeah. No, but I think, well, I also think that people can, if you just kind of sit with yourself and, kind of meditate a little bit, there's more to hear and see than you're letting yourself hear or see.
Okay.
It just, you have to kind of like still yourself.
Yeah.
So.
That would be interesting to hear if most people who have access and the ability to do this are more meditative people.
Probably.
I wonder.
I can't speak for...
Yeah, anyone else.
Yeah, I know myself. Yeah, I don't even have, a lot of colleagues or friends that I don't know many other people that, I've met some mediums, things like that, but I really have never asked them.
Right.
I just know I have it too. So.
Yeah. Yep. That's really, really interesting.
The horses are really funny though.
Yeah?
Because they're enormous.
Right.
Very delicate in nature and their physicality.
Uh-huh.
And they're kind of quiet but they're saying a lot at the same time.
Okay.
And a lot of the horses that I worked on would fall asleep or snuzzle me. Yeah, they'd fall asleep, snuzzle me, or, just really, really relax.
Yeah.
And I've had to refuse some animals,
Really?
Yeah. There was a horse that I worked on that I had worked on previously, But she's kind of a diva, and she just was like, I don't want it today. You know, she was like a diva.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm not working on her today because she said no a few times, and I'm not going to push it. So I worked on a different horse. But yeah, you also need to know, like, listen to what they're saying.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
In working with dogs, particularly, you mentioned that some of the dogs you work with have had like aggression issues.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever feel like you're in danger because of that, or you're always kind of soothing the dog because you're?
I don't particularly feel like I'm in danger. I know I can sense if I am in danger, and you know how to kind of hold my body. Yeah. To not pose as a threat. A lot of time dogs that I've worked on that are kind of skittish or nervous or like kind of wired.
Yep.
I'll work on them and they'll go on their back and the owners are like, whoa, my dog never does that. And then a lot of times they do this when I leave.
Okay.
And the owners are like, what is the dog doing? He never does this. Why is he doing this? And I was like, I mean, he's just really happy that I got to, I calmed him down and he knows I can hear him. And then they just, yeah. So my best friend's dog, the one I work on all the time, is every time I see her, she does that, every time. And she doesn't do it to anyone else.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
Yeah.
Well, and it makes me think that most people, what do we want out of life? Like, we want to be understood.
Yes.
And so if dogs or horses also want to be understood, that you're providing that catalyst for them. So yeah, I would think that would be something that makes them happy.
Yeah, for
right?
sure. Plus I could ease some pain as well, or figure out, I don't think these treats are working for them because it's really hurting their stomach.
Oh, wow.
Things like that.
Yeah.
I've had to have people change treats or food.
And that helps them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I also had, skeptics that I was like, oh, there's something going on with the lungs of this one horse. And the owner didn't tell me, because usually I asked for all injuries, things like that, just so I know. You're like, oh, okay, I can see that was an injury, or there's like a issue there. And the owner's like, oh, I didn't tell you that.
Yeah.
And you found it.
Yeah.
I think she was like, okay, you're legit now.
You passed the test.
Yeah. She's like, I didn't even tell you things and you knew it. And I was like, well, I'm not, I know that I can do this. So
yeah. Yeah. Well, and so that comes from communicating with the animal. I mean, because you're getting that information directly.
Yeah, it's not that they're saying that. It's more of like I can feel either a stagnation, heat is a lot like a telltale sign of like inflammation or something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Or lungs are a little different. It's hard to explain. Like I can feel, depends on what the problem is.
Right. Do you feel coolness as well, since heat is
Well, I felt coolness on the one client that had to go, if there's a problem, I say, go see your doctor, about this specific area.
Gotcha.
And she did, because I was like, this is too cold for your age.
Huh.
Yeah. I was like, your womb is too cold and you're very young. Yep. You need to go to the doctor, go to your obstetrician, check it out. Or gynecologist, not obstetrician. And, yeah. So it's, coolness, heat. Yeah. Different. It's interesting.
Yeah.
And there's always stuff to learn. I mean, I have a ton of books about this that even when I work on people, I always reference, and then there's like yoga poses you can do to kind of open up a chakra.
Okay.
You think about, if my heart chakra is, compromised, here are things I can do, like meditative things, as well as there's different foods you can eat. And it's all connected, mind, body, soul.
Yeah. We're full beings.
Right. I mean, Western medicine kind of, and there's definitely a place for Western medicine for sure.
Yep.
But it kind of compartmentalizes things.
Right.
And so other forms of medicine or energy work kind of looks at everything overall because everything is contributing to it.
Right. Well, and we're living at a time where I think that alternative methods for healing have never been as accepted as they are at this point in time, right?
Which is great.
Yeah, that must be very relieving for you.
Yeah. Well, it's also just helps other people too.
Right.
Yes, you can use this medicine, but also maybe these herbs or this type of yoga pose to help you. I mean, it's more of everyone wants to feel better.
Yeah. Yep.
And, be calmer and happier, things like that.
Yeah. Why do you think we have problems in life then? If the ultimate goal is healing and health?
I don't know. I also was thinking that maybe we expect to be born happy.
Huh.
And I don't know if that's necessarily something that I think it's something that we have to kind of strive for and live for and choose appropriately for, as opposed to just something that's given to us. So that's why I think a lot of people try to buy it, try to do, other things to make them temporarily happy, but it's not necessarily filling them in their soul, because you're not just born and like, you deserve happiness and you're going to get it. It's,
but
it's
don't
a
we
journey.
all? Don't we all deserve happiness?
I think we deserve it. I don't think we all I think you also have to work for it.
Yeah.
It's not something that everyone just gets automatically.
Yeah.
And not everyone who's happy isn't always.
Right. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So happiness is a temporary state as opposed to
it's ever flowing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a practice, I'd say.
Happiness is a practice.
Yeah, you have to kind of, be a good person. You have to treat others kindly.
Yeah.
Don't treat the earth poorly. Clean up after yourself.
Yeah. Even being a good person, though, is confusing to me. And the reason that I say that, in and of itself, it seems pretty straightforward. Like, be a good person, do good to yourself, do good to other people. But there are times where those conflict with each other. So it's like, if I'm trying to take care of myself, then the bigger shield around that is taking care of my family. And then the bigger shield around that's taking care of my community. But then the bigger shield around that is taking care of the state, this nation, the world.
Collective.
Right? Yeah. And there are times where those are at conflict with each other. So being a good person could be very daunting.
Well, I think because of different cultural differences, not all cultures think of, humanity as a collective.
Yeah.
They're kind of like, well, this is mine. This is my country. This is my house. This is my little, section of land. I'm going to only focus on this.
Right.
As opposed to being like, oh, we're in a whole community. We're in a whole state, a whole country, a whole world. Let's all work together so we have clean water. So we have, everyone has food. Everyone has
across the board.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And the collective consciousness, if you will, is not something that's culturally kind of promoted in every culture. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, but that goes back to the flow, right? Of like, it's not, there are times when it's more relevant and then times when it's not as relevant.
Yeah. And you can only do so much in one day. I mean, there's only 24 hours in a day and you got to do your best,
Yeah.
And it's like every day is a new opportunity, but it's also, you have your to-do list and you can't always be thinking about the world, in such a grand scale. You have to do as best as you can with what you got.
Yeah. Well, and trying to figure out that balance of how much of a big picture person I need to be versus how much of there's a laundry list of things like laundry that need to happen every day that realistically, you bouncing back and forth between those is something that I think everyone deals with in different ways.
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard something once, I think it was about, childcare and when you're feeling overwhelmed.
Okay.
And the woman said, you just have to be mindfully stirring the rice. And that's when you're feeling overwhelmed and you're cooking and there's a million things happening. Kids are, hanging from the chandeliers. You just have to take a minute and mindfully be stirring the rice. And I think of that quote all the time. I'm not only making rice, but if I'm filling a water bottle, I have a minute. Yeah. Because I have an enormous water bottle. I have a minute to stop. I can't go anywhere, to mindfully be stirring the rice. And I sit there and be calm for a minute. Think of, how I can be the best version. Yeah. And obviously I'm no expert. Ask my husband.
Yeah, loved ones always see probably the worst side of
the
any
human
of
side.
us. Yeah. Yeah, the human side.
Yeah, we're doing our best, hopefully.
Yeah. And not everyone is doing their best. You'd like to think that people are.
Yes. But it gets, life is challenging, and depending on where you are in the world, it's really hard out there. Yeah. So, you lose faith, you lose hope. And, that's, I think, the thing that we should, as people, trying to, always keep faith, and not even in faith in the religious sense, but faith in like humanity and the greater good, if you will, and not lose hope.
Why?
Because then you'll just become negative, and then your world will be smaller and smaller, and then you're only kind of focused on yourself. And I don't think that's why we're here. I think we're here to connect. I think we're here to, bring people together, lift each other up, love each other. I don't think we're supposed to be so individual. And I think that's why, like, now with the, computer culture, iPhones and everything, we are getting more isolated and no one's happy. Yeah. And there is loneliness, there is depression in teens and things like that, because we're not connecting with each other.
Yep.
So
it's such a hard thing to balance. Like, so I use social media to promote the show.
Yeah.
But ironically, I had a show where I had a couple of people tune in and comment, and they're like, "Oh yeah, social media is not it's not as good as connecting even on this show, right?"
Oh yeah,
like is a sense of a better connection, perhaps.
I kind of think of it as information, not necessarily always true information. Mm-hmm. But social media is, there's information out there. Yeah. Rather it being true, false, opinions, whatever. But I feel like because it happened kind of quickly, I mean, I didn't even get a cell phone until I was, 21, 22? Yeah. And even then I turned it off. I only used it for emergencies.
Right, yeah.
And so I didn't grow up in this sense of like needing to know all of this stuff. Yeah. And so I think kids that do grow up with it, it's hard to kind of extract themselves from. Yeah. And kind of go back to, let's just use this as information as opposed to as a way of connecting. Let's use this as like, I can make a reservation or I can order groceries because that's super helpful. Or like find out about a great podcast. Right. But I'm not going to use this as a way of connecting with my friends unless I call on the phone. I actually use it for what it initially was.
Which most people don't use their cell phones for
I
actually
love
calling
chatting on the phone. And you know what I noticed, which is really odd? So I've always been a chatter on the phone.
Okay.
And even the people that I have always chatted with on the phone, they always have this one thing that they say when they first call. Oh, I just thought I'd call because it was easier than texting all this stuff. Like a disclaimer.
Yep.
And I was like, girl, call me all the time. Are you kidding? I love chatting. And it's like, you don't have to say that. But I think some people don't, depending on their generation, aren't used to it.
Yeah.
And, I'm Gen X. I love a chat on a phone.
or on a podcast show.
Or here, right here.
Dear listener, I hope you're getting a lot from this episode. We're going to be back in just a couple minutes. Wrapping up the show, I think we're going to delve into the nutritionist side of things. So stay tuned for that.
Want to connect with Jay? Dial in as we continue raising your inner voice.
Are you worried about the stock market, your 401k, or rising costs? Hi, I'm Luke Noble of Noble Financial Group. As a certified financial planner, I know you can't plan for everything, but our dedicated team of professionals can better prepare you so your money lasts as long as you do. Let us help. Visit noblefinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through MML Investor Services. Member SIPC. Noble Financial Group is not an affiliate or subsidiary of MML Investor Services.
Hi, folks. Paul from Gentilly Brewing. Have you been to our tap room in Beverly, Massachusetts yet? No? What? Oh, come on. All of our beer is gluten reduced, and we make our own hard seltzer cocktails and shandies. And we are dog and family friendly. Always. Our tap room is more than just beer. Pack up the kids and the dogs and come to 59 Park Street and see it for yourself. Or leave them at home. You'll be back. For upcoming events, hours, and to see our current beer list, visit gentillybrewing.com. That's GENTILE brewing.com to plan your visit.
What does living a better life mean? And what's your process in figuring that out? If you want to join in the conversation live, tune in Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you want to gather your thoughts first, record a voice memo and email it to jay.foss@me.com because I would love to have your voice in this conversation. If you think someone else might need a conversation like this one, then let them know to get involved.
Not just another talk show. It's time to be heard. Online and on air. Raising your inner voice with Jay Foss.
And thanks so much for tuning back in. I'm speaking with Tara Dodge, who's a Reiki master, and we've covered many different topics on this show. For this segment, I wanted to talk about nutrition and why that might be a component that's relevant to Reiki. Or any aspect of life.
Yeah. I mean, well, you are what you eat.
Yeah.
For sure. And, if you eat only junk food, that's not going to be...
Tastes so good.
I'm pretty strict with food.
Yeah, are you?
With my kids, yeah. And I've gotten the lovely compliment. And it's like, your kids eat so well, so many fruits and vegetables and salads and things like that. Mm-hmm. And it's because I'm super strict. Yeah. And even on snacks, like packaged snacks, I'm strict. But, my husband is always sneaking them candy and things. So it's not like they don't get it.
Right.
But yeah, I think nutrition is really important. And how, you feel better if you have an orange as opposed to Doritos. And it tastes good, but it's not going to make you have the energy that Doritos would really give you, like a quick up and then down.
A spike. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, that's a huge topic, food overall, especially in America. Wheat is really a bummer here because it's when you go to Europe, you can eat all the pasta and bread, no problem. But here, people struggle with it.
Yeah.
It's because it's just, a huge GMO crop, and it's kind of been it's taken the actually good stuff and taken out of it. And
right.
That's really hard for our bodies to digest.
Yep.
You know, I mean, horses and cows eat grass, but if we change the makeup of grass to make it, you know, less nutritious or look better or something, they wouldn't digest it well at all.
Right.
So, yeah, you are what you eat.
Yeah.
For sure.
Recently, random tangent, I had a CPR training.
Oh, cool.
And the CPR instructor was saying how by demographic, the U.S. Americans, body weight wise, you're dealing with, you know, if you have to help revive someone, you are dealing with a person that's bigger than if you were in a different country, right?
Oh, yeah,
so
for
being
sure.
able to assist someone is, there are slightly different methods that we have to do. Which I was like, oh, I never thought about that related to that aspect of things.
Well, I feel like it also affects everything. Like, think about like airplane seats or seatbelts. Yep. Seatbelts are typically tested on just adult men and like of a certain body weight.
Right.
Which is too much. That's, you know, not women and or people of, you know, greater weight or even teeny tiny.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
Yeah, it affects everything and your longevity.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but it's hard because, you know, things are tasty.
Yeah.
Ice cream's good in the summer. It's not
It
good
is.
for you, but
well, and what, New Englanders have ice cream the most amount year round or something, or it might even be Massachusetts specifically.
Well,
Consume the most
have long
amount
winters,
of,
you know?
We do have long winters.
We have long winters. So, yeah, there's always room for treats, but you can also make, you know, one of my favorite desserts that I always do when there's company around, slice up oranges and break up dark chocolate.
Oh, okay.
And put that on a plate. Sometimes mint if I have it. It is the most delicious combination and really refreshing. And everyone's like, that's so good and so simple.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a crowd pleaser.
Okay. You're getting some tips on this show.
It's a good dessert.
Nice. That's great. Well, as we're wrapping up the show, any last thoughts for me? I mean, we've covered a lot of ground here.
A lot of topics. I would just say, if I had any advice, I'd say sit still with yourself. Because you could learn a lot and hear a lot.
Yeah. And it may not be all within yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
You've something to learn.
And that is what we're doing. Tara, thank you so much for being
Thank
on the
you.
show. Dear listener, it's your turn. I hope that you gained a lot from this episode, not only in listening to yourself, but listening to other people and how you can find the right balance, whether it's nutritionally, whether it's in what you eat and consume, or just finding the right balance in life as we're all figuring this crazy thing called life out. Hopefully you are progressing with the life that you are living. And please be kind and gentle with yourself and share that same grace with others.
If you're enjoying this podcast, please help spread the word about raising your inner voice. Join the conversation live. Email jay.foss@me.com to suggest ideas to explore. Also share this podcast with your friends. Let those who need conversations like this have a chance to check it out.